And today, Austin city leaders want to hear from you about what some call a public safety issue. Should Uber and Lyft drivers get fingerprinted? There's now a new third option that's in the works, and Kate Whitehall's over at City Hall to give us an update. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tally. You know, this really has been one of those issues where they've been going back and forth. No one can agree. So tonight at 6:30, there's going to be a public hearing right here behind me in Austin City Hall to gather feedback from the public once again concerning this issue. And then next week, council will decide if it's going to go up for election. So I want to try to simplify what has taken place over the last few months. If you are confused, kind of bring you up to date. Basically, the city wants ride-sharing drivers to be fingerprinted, and Uber and Lyft say they don't want that mandate. So in December, council passed an ordinance requiring mandatory fingerprint background checks for drivers. They had 12 months to comply. Well, in January, Uber and Lyft collected 65,000 signatures, repealing the ordinance to make the decision up to voters. That's when the mayor offered a compromise, saying fingerprint background checks could be voluntary, but drivers who did it could receive incentives. Well, Uber and Lyft have said no to that deal and came up with their own ordinance that keeps things how they are now, with the ride-sharing companies conducting their own background checks. Overall, city officials don't like their ordinance because they say with an industry that is constantly changing, if they accepted the Uber and Lyft ordinance, council would be restricted from making any changes for 2 years. So now the mayor has come up with a third idea for an ordinance called the Austin Innovation TNC Ordinance. It would allow fingerprint background checks to be voluntary, and drivers who get them, they would receive additional revenue from the city and access to more places to pick up riders. Council members Don Zimmerman and Ellen Troxclair have been against council's ordinance and want the issue to be put to rest.
There has been a lot of talk of bullying and who's bullying in this issue, and the people who are calling my office, they feel bullied by the city council because they thought finally that the citizens petition would force the council to listen to their views and their opinions on it.
And most are predicting this issue is going to go for a vote come May. But by gathering feedback today, the mayor is able to write the ordinance that will be posted tomorrow. And then voters will basically may have two different decisions to make between the Uber Lyft ordinance or the one the city is proposing. Of course, we won't know if it's going to go to a vote until next week, so stay tuned for that. But they will be taking public comment again tonight, beginning at 6:30 here at Austin City Hall. We're live outside Austin City Hall. Kate Whitehall, KXAN News.
Could be another long night. Kate Whitehall live for us at City Hall. Thank you, Kate. Uber is not only putting up a fight in Austin over ride-sharing rules. We're not the only city. We found out the company is already ending operations in other Texas cities. Uber pulled out of Midland and out of Galveston. In both cities, the issue is similar to Austin's debate over background check requirements.